have Michael Yusingco, Senior Research Fellow at the Ateneo Policy Center. Good morning and thanks for joining us again.
Good morning, Mike. Thank you.
Good morning to both of you at good morning to all your viewers and listeners.
Mike, of course, medyo interesting na nagiging political landscape, no? And initially, we had a president who was really quiet with the tirades of the Dutertes, but now you see them striking back. Now, my question is, do you think this recent, the appointee, si J. Ruiz, Secretary J. Ruiz, and si Undersecretary Claire Castro was specifically appointed to deflect these issues that are being thrown from the other side?
Angelo, I don't know about whether that was by design or not. You know? And I also don't know if the objective is to deflect. No? I think it's pretty clear now that the intent is to fight fire with fire. No? Hindi na pwede yung when they go low, we go high. Hindi na pwede yung ganong proposition. Ano? And I think President Marcos tried to do it himself, no, in the first few rallies, no, sinubukan din niya maging sort of yung nagbibitaw din ng mga maanghang na salita, but I don't think maybe they thought he didn't do it well, or it wasn't as effective as they would want it to be, or maybe they thought doing it is beneath the office of the president, so they had to appoint someone who would do that job, no? Who would confront the attacks on the president directly. So I don't think this was to deflect, but this is more of diretsuhan na, no? Harap-harapan na tayong magbabastusan, magbabardagulan, magbabangayan.
Pero Michael, why do you think umabot sa ganung punto? Kasi 'di ba, there was a time, for the longest time, kapag binabato ng issue, pinupukol ng issue si PBBM, sakto lang yung mga reply niya, chill lang siya, 'di ba, ayaw niyang patulan. In fact, nagkaroon pa nga supposedly ng mga leak na messages na wag na tayo mag-impeachment, hindi yan importante, etc. Why do you think na ganito na yung nangyari, humantong sa ganito, na kailangan ng patulan yung mga ganung issues?
I think they want to really for a lack of a better term, Angela, to quote-unquote destroy the Dutertes, no? And the only way for them to do that, apart from using the resources of the administration in this election, is also really to really win big and defeat the Dutertes in the worst possible way, no? So siguro in their minds, in their calculations, mga veterans sa politika yung mga nag-a-advise sa kanya, the best way to do this is to confront the attacks directly, no? Not to be nonchalant about it, but to attack or to counter-attack.
Yeah.
Not just to parang be blasé and say, okay lang yan, relax lang tayo. So the change of tactic, I think, is indicative of their intent to not just defeat the Dutertes, but to really make them lose big. Para talagang in the words of action stars, mabura na sila sa mundo.
Michael, I'd like to understand things. I don't know, kasi a lot of us are not privy to what has happened between the members of the UNI team and how this all started. Something might have happened along the way, but looking back at the trail of their arguments after they won, wala tayong nakitang masyadong ginawa si PBBM except a few policies like maybe napakawala si Laila de Lima during his time, his pivot to the US. Pero yung hatred ng Duterte clan was immediate. A few months after PBBM was voted into office. What do you think caused this hatred? What behind this? Kasi if we all remember, former President Marcos, the late former President Marcos, was buried as a hero because of former President Rodrigo Duterte. And all of a sudden, after election, ang tindi ng galit niya. What do you think happened?
There was a betrayal, obviously, Angelo. No, I think it's pretty obvious now that the Marcos side reneged on the agreement, no? I think the first time that they did that was they refused the Vice President's request to be Secretary of Defense. Right? Natatandaan nyo, she wanted to be the Secretary of Defense, no? But hindi binigay sa kanya yon, for good reason, I would say, no? So I think yung hatred, as you say, comes from that sense of betrayal. Kasi they came together in 2022, mga political dynasties, the most powerful ones, based on an agreement, no? A transactional arrangement na, sige, sama-sama tayo, bibigay ko to, but I will also receive this in turn, no? Eh, yung pinangako sa mga Dutertes, I would say, were not fulfilled. At tuloy-tuloy na yun, di ba? After that, nagkaroon na ng away with the speaker, which probably meant na somebody wanted to run for 2028 other than the vice president, no? Which was probably part of the original agreement. So, itong klaseng pagkamuhi sa administrasyon, I would say, stems from a betrayal that came about when the administration or the Marcos administration reneged on the agreement or the arrangement they did with the other powerful dynasties in 2022.
Pero Michael, in a normal universe, ika nga, you will see dito yung mga pag-away nitong dalawa na to, may uusbong pa rin or yung at somehow makikita mo yung other true opposition na aangat sa mga survey because of this, ano. Pero somehow hindi naman yun nangyayari. So where is the true opposition in this picture as of now?
Well, Angela, your guess is as good as mine. Yun din yung hinahanap natin, ano, where are they? No, because the political discourse now is really a clash of the two narratives, no? The Marcos narrative and the Duterte narrative. At nagbabangayan sila, nagbabardagulan sila. Where are the politicians who can offer a much enlightened narrative? Yun ang hinahanap natin.
Yeah.
Kasi you will
so
see, no?
maybe maybe they're
Go
not
ahead.
given the platform. Maybe they are not given the opportunity to express themselves, or maybe they are just trying to copy the narratives of those two clashing sides, no, na gusto rin nilang sumabay dun sa bangayan, sa bardagulan at sa bastusan, ano. So those are possible reasons that I can think of.
Pero Michael, you will see this, the Duterte camp, no? They were ones, while he was in power, PRRD was speaking out against the People Power Revolution, EDSA as a failed revolution. He called it a coup, he called it a revolt. Stopped short of calling it an event that sparked democracy. But now, you will hear the Duterte camp, more often than not, talking about EDSA in a positive light. So now you see them pivoting to the same stance that the yellows and the pinks have been talking all about. So do you think this is the position that they're trying to take right now amidst this fight that they're having with the Marcos clan?
O dagdagan ko lang yun, Michael, kasi nung time na nagpa-press conference si VP Sara after na maihain yung impeachment against her, she even reiterated yung mga pumapalakpak sa Department of Education, mga staff niya, no, rather sa Office of the Vice President. Sabi niya, mga makaleni pa yan. She even said that. Your thoughts on that po?
Alam mo nyo, to parang fashion the Duterte side as becoming like an anti-Marcos movement or an anti-Marcos force is probably giving them too much credit. Ano? I think the Duterte side really are just motivated by two things, I think. The first one is that betrayal that they feel, and also to get power back, as the new undersecretary said, no, they want to get power back. So
That's right.
I don't think they want to fashion themselves as like the genuine or the true opposition to the Marcos side or the Marcos administration, and I don't think they're capable of doing that anyway. So they're really very crude in the sense that they're open to what they want. They want the Marcos administration to fail, and for them to fill that vacuum again.
That's right. Pero Michael, let's understand the political landscape of the Philippines. Since 1983, the landscape we've all come to grow. I mean, our generation is to know is about there is an Aquino side, there is a Marcos side, all the way up to President Duterte when he won the elections.
When he changed everything.
Aquino, Marcos. Now, do you think that the Aquino faction of the political side is gone, and you're just seeing a Duterte, Marcos, and a Robredo in this scenario?
It certainly looks that way, no? But my reaction to that is we should resist it, no? That's why I'm very much against the surveys that are coming out depicting our political landscape as between just two sides, no? With the minor third side trying to get in. Because it just reinforces that kind of thinking that our politics is only about these big names.
Yes.
And for me, I would resist that as aggressively and as strongly as I possibly can, because it shouldn't be that way, no? It shouldn't. Our politics shouldn't be about this battle, which I think is just a playground fight between two big families, no? So it certainly looks that way, Angelo, especially because of what the survey firms are doing. Reinforcing that kind of picture. But I think as Filipinos, given the true spirit of EDSA, which is against tyranny and restoring democracy, I would say we should resist. We should resist that kind of thinking.
Yeah.
And bring back really what EDSA was all about, which is about us, no? People power. It's about the people, not about one family pitted against the other.
And you spoke about people power, and now it's today is the 25th, and people are asking, well, those who fought now in the in the EDSA in the streets are saying, oh, well, we're back at it right now. We have a Marcos in the picture. We have a Duterte speaking out against the Marcos. But one thing people have been asking is why isn't Leni Robredo speaking out as the true opposition? It should be high time daw that maybe nagparinig siya, because a lot of the people in the middle are confused. Asan ba tayo? Who are the Dutertes? Who are the Marcos? Where do we stand? What do you think about this?
Well, I can't speak for the former vice president. You know, she knows what she needs to do. Certainly, she hears the clamor from her supporters and also from those who are in the middle, quote unquote. But again, I would rather just call out the many civil society leaders and media and also the academics that keep on reinforcing that kind of narrative that we need someone against the Marcos or we need someone against the Dutertes. No? What we really need is for the people, us, citizens, to realize that
We
power
deserve
is
so much
within
better
our
than
hands,
this. Ganon.
right? The power is within our hands, no? And we hold the power. That's really the essence of EDSA, that we just shouldn't be swayed by the personalities that we saw on TV. No?
I agree, but before we go, I'd like to say, I don't know if you agree with this, but sabi nila, we have to remember that the EDSA revolution is not owned by any political family, clan, or party, but rather it is owned by the people. Somewhere along the way lang, some politicians took advantage of EDSA.
I agree with that 100%. No? That's why I'm really, I hope you don't, baka kasi parang sirang plaka na ako, no? Na, we have to resist that narrative. We have to resist that story that EDSA was about Aquinos and the Marcoses, and now it's being fashioned to be the Marcoses versus the Dutertes. No, EDSA is a people power revolution, and therefore it's about the people. About your mom, your dad, my mom, and Angela's parents, and kung sino man, kasi baka si Angela bata pa noon. No, so it's about us. It's about us who fought tyranny and fought to restore democracy. Yun ang kwento. Hindi about, you know, the political families that were by chance leading the fight.
All right.
Thank you for your insights. That was Michael Yusingco, a Senior Research Fellow at the Ateneo Policy Center. Thank you for joining us.
Maraming salamat din.